Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Becky and I'm from Whimsy Creations. Sorry about my squeaky chair. I thought I'd come along, sorry about the banging around, come along and do some crafting with you. I hope you're all very well, and if you're not very well, I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe this this video will give you some peace and some calm. We're going to go relatively slowly. I'm not rushing through anything, it's for beginners really, but I think there's no reason why people who've been journaling for a long time can't watch it either. The reason really for starting this channel and doing some journals and some ephemera and pockets, etc., is because I've been asked by a few people. First time about 5 or 6 years ago, got asked if I would do videos, and I said no, I'm sorry, I don't do them. Then I got asked recently by a relative if I did them, and again I said no, but I decided, having been asked twice, that maybe it's something I should look into. So here we go, we're making a start. I'm just going to write down the time because my phone cuts out after a little while. There we go. Then I know when I have to stop. So I'm going to today, I'm in the process of making a journal, and I'm today going to make some ephemera to go in it. And I've got book pages, and I'd like to make them out of book pages. A lot of us get book pages when we take the covers off and use them as covers for journals. And this, like I have here, I've taken, this is a book, oops, that one goes with this, that I'm using for gluing at the moment. But it had a beautiful old cover on, which I used as a cover for a journal. So I'm using this one for gluing because it's not quite such a nice colour as this one. This one's a nice creamy colour. I know this one hasn't got any nasty words because it's actually a very old Harry Potter one that I got given. Sorry for those of you who adore Harry Potter, but I think the person had 2 or 3 copies of the same one, so this is why I got them. I've got my ideas journal out here. It's absolutely massive, so it won't be on camera. But it's just to remind me of a few paper ones I've made. So we'll get started and, you know, see how it goes, shall we? See how it goes. It's always good if you can make them out of here. I've got some random bits of paper here from the journal I'm making. It's more or less a kit journal, really. It's the digital papers are from Pink Monarch Prints, and when they excuse me do a digital papers, they tend to do a great big kit with it, like labels and tucks and pockets and tags, journal cards, you know, masses with it. And I've cut that all out, I've backed it all, so that's all ready to go in the journal. And there are a few pockets and things, but I thought it'd be nice to put a few bits in, made, but with some of their off-cut papers that I've got here. I will have to apologise if my chair squeaks a bit. I have oiled it, but it still has a tendency to squeak. So I'm just taking a piece of book page and folding that top bit up. Another reason for using this book opposed to that one is the pages are really quite thick. It's quite strong, so I think it's probably because it's a new book, I don't know. But the colour, I love the colour. So I'm folding that up like that, and this is going to go round a page like that. You can make this one to fold that way, and then you flip it up, which I probably will do, and then you can make it like this to go round. Say this is a journal page, to go round the page like that. So first things first, we'll just fold it in half. And I think for this one, I'm going to make it flip up because my journal doesn't have much in the way of flips and flaps yet. So we'll do that like that. There we go. Right, I want to decorate or embellish this before I go too far. I'm just going to ink it. Now, some people don't ink at all, I know, and some people ink loads. I'm a little bit of an in-between person. I ink ink some things, particularly if you can see a white core down something, I ink it. And sometimes I ink like I am now, just for looks. I love this ragged edge here. I'm deliberately leaving this ragged edge, but I am going to reinforce this because, sorry, as I said, it's only a book page, so I shall reinforce it with some more papers. But I'm just doing a little bit of inking. There we go. And I've folded over that way because we'll see this side. I think Gail Gaston used to say, while you're inking, she used to say, ink and think what you're going to do while you're inking, which is a very good idea. Now that one's not quite long enough, so let's see if I've got a long enough one here. I may not have, in which case I'll just do two different sorts. I don't know if you can see all these. These are all offcuts off my pages, because the journal's not very, I haven't made a very big one, so there are, well, I can't fit it all on, so I haven't got one long enough. So you'll just do something like, oh, they're pretty much the same size. So I'll do this one to here, as I haven't got one to fit. And this not only embellishment not only looks nice, but it also reinforces the page. So it does two jobs, which is always good. A little bit of an ink. This ink is distressed oxide, which means an oxide, when you put water with it, gives you a beautiful effect. It's called, it's by Ranger, Tim Holtz, and it's frayed burlap. I've got a lot of their different inks. This one's called frayed burlap, and I like frayed burlap because it's a very good generic colour, I find. It's not really dark like Espresso one, and it's not orangey like the Vintage Photo one is. They're very nice if that's what you want them for, but I just like this, just take the edge off. This isn't going to be a vintage journal, but it'll have a little bit of a vintage feel about it. It won't have any genuine vintage parts in it, pieces of paper or anything in it. It will just have that kind of feel about it. I make all sorts of journals. I don't have a particular set type that I like. My favourite sort to make, though, are floral. I thoroughly enjoy floral ones. They're just so relaxing and easy to do. Right, I like that, but before I stick that up, I think I'm going to put something here. Now, I've got a bit of this as well. Let's cut a piece of this off. Let's cut the white off first. So it's a cross between a craft along and a bit of a tutorial if you've not made this particular pocket before. This pocket was, I got this one from, well, the idea from Rachel at Roxy Creations. She makes a lot out of book page. I'm just whipping off that white stuff off the edge so we don't include any of that. So I'm going to pop this here just so I can get some idea of size. So this is my idea of measuring this is. So we're going to go to there and we're going to go to there. That's it. We're going to cut that out. Go down here. Oh, I don't know if that one's, nope, that's not going to fit. I have to get the bigger one out. Just while I'm on my feet doing this, I'm just going to check we're recording nicely. Oh yes, yes, you're recording. That's all right. I have had quite a few problems with my phone, almost to the point where I thought about buying a camera, to be honest. I got one that came out lovely, but it was only a test one. I thought, yep, that's what I want to do in the future. I'll do them like that. So the next one I did, the first 15 minutes was off the screen. It was off the screen down here. You couldn't see what I was doing. So I thought, well, we won't use that. we'll do another one. The next one really went well, and then when I went to check on it, it cut off after 10 minutes. By which time I was kind of pulling my hair out, as you can imagine. So anyway, this morning I checked my phone. Now this morning it says it'll record. This morning it said it would record for 40 minutes. So, you know, one just never knows with this phone how long it's going to record from. All I do know is usually if it says doesn't stop at the red 10, which it isn't today, it seems to be going on for a while, it will pretty much record as long as I need it to. I won't make it too long for you. Right, I'm going to pop that there to give that a bit of zhuzh. And I need to find something for the other side. I don't want to use the same piece. Where's my edge? There it is. Whoops. This wants to be a bit higher. There we are. So again, it reinforces and embellishes at the same time. There, that's nice. What to do this side? This is where I might have to get some of my scraps out. Where are my scraps? Here they are. Coloured scraps or neutral scraps, I wonder. I'll get coloured out for starters, and we'll see. And I'll get them both out while I'm on my feet. Otherwise, I'll end up having to stand up again, which means a creaky seat. Right. Let's just sit a bit and see what. Sorry if it reflected. I keep a lot of my stuff in here. Now we want some. This brown is nice. What else have we got in here? I keep all my scraps. That's quite a nice dark one, isn't it? Might use that. Oh, I like that. That's a bit of Angela Kerr's paper, that is. Well, as we found it, let's not go rifling through them all. Let's use that piece as we found that piece. Now, do we want that one? Or do we want a bit of this? I think it's not really vintage, this, so I think we'll have the squares. I don't usually use squares. I'd normally just go for the floral. So let me just go a little bit out of my comfort zone for a change. Now this one will fit in my little one. So I hope you will make some comments. Hopefully not too nasty, but yes, feedback would be very useful for me. Constructive criticism, as they say, if you feel able, and ideas of what you'd like to see. I mean, do you want to see the journal I'm making? Let's say it's a Pink Monarch Prints kit. I'm making 2 at the moment, so I could show you a bit of each as I go along, like craft alongs. The nice thing about craft along videos is A, you can just craft along with somebody, or B, you can just sit with your feet up, relax for a little while, because I think that's you know, I don't think we probably relax enough in this day and age. There's always so much going on. And I've learnt only the last, I would say, few weeks, I suppose, to actually sit once a day and unwind. I mean, I'm retired, and I've been retired quite a lot of years now, about 6 years. And it's taken me all this time to think, actually, I'm retired. I should be able to just sit and relax, you know, read a book. So, yeah, and I have felt a lot better for it. I only relax and sit and read for about an hour, my feet up. And it's wonderful. And sometimes I read, sometimes I watch. Oops, that's not, I want it level at the top. And sometimes I watch, can you see? YouTube. I subscribe to so many people. I think I put that on the wrong way round. I think that's why it's not going the way I want it. No, I just didn't measure it very well. Let's pop you back at the top. There we go. And we'll just fold that over like that. There. Now I'm happy with that. So let's... running out of room. Nothing unusual there. I often run out of room. I bet a lot of you do, don't you? Unless you've got a lovely big craft room. Like, have you ever seen Gail Gastonelli's craft room? It's absolutely enormous. I'm so lucky to have a basement. We don't have basements much in the UK. A few old houses have cellars, but it's not something that's very common in this country. Sadly, because I think they're a good idea, but no, we don't. Quite a few of them have what one would term an attic. But a lot of people convert their attics into additional rooms because space is a premium, on this little island, you know. We are a tiny little island. So I'm just going to glue the edges down, this one, that one and that one. Then we'll have 2 pockets. And this glue, this particular one is, I'll show you in a minute. It's just a tacky glue. I often use art glitter glue. This just takes a couple more minutes to, whoops, sorry. Now if I was folding it that way, well, I can fold it that way if I want, or that way. You can decide that sometimes when you do it, but I'm going to, which way shall we do this one? As a flip out? We do it so it's on the page and we flip it out, or shall we wrap it round a page? Wrap it round, then you've got 2 pages. That's one less. I think we'll do this one wrap around, and we'll do the next one to flip open. Right, let's embellish it a bit, shall we? I can't remember, my train of thought's gone. I can't remember what I was telling you. That's not unusual. When I start talking, the brain just starts malfunctioning. Find that with me, I'm afraid. That is pretty. Don't want too much on the back there because that's going to be covered up with whatever I pop in. So let's do something fun on the bottom here. This is all very, oh, that might look nice. No, it's too big. This is all a bit big in here. Can you see what's in here? These are all little bits I've cut out from the Pink Monarch Prints kit. It's, if you want to look it up, it's the July subscription kit. That could go there. There's a bit sticking at the top. Now, do we cut that off? Or do we, let's just put some, I'll get this one out so you can see it as well. You can see this one. Is there 2 there? There is. Pop that there. Pop that there. And then we can, right, put that on the bottom of that one. I love this. I was kind of seeing if I could leave this whole, that one. We shall see as we go along. Oh, this one. Go there. And we'll get a different one altogether. That can go there. Then I'm going to have a peek in my, bit samey, isn't it? Let's not do that. Let's do one of these instead. Let's pop you there. I've got some circles here. Oops, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, number 10. There we go. And what I thought I'd do is just get out my my little butterflies that I have. Can't go wrong with the butterfly, I don't think. Let's glue these on first. Let's move my cutter. I'll tell you who got me started with this. Can't see much there. I don't know if you've ever watched, I'm sure you have watched her, actually. She's got a lot of followers. That's Julie from Camellia Craft Designs. I found her very inspirational. Is that the right way up? Yes, it is. She is very funny, very easy to talk to, listen to, should I say. I imagine she's easy to talk to as well. And very funny. And yeah, I watched her loads now. I watched quite a few of her old back videos as well. And yeah, she's really good. And I thought, well, she gave me the encouragement, I suppose, not personally, but just from watching her, to actually sit down and do it, having been asked by the people and then watching Julie do it. You know, the reason being is she's just a stone's throw from me. I mean, this is a very small island, and Julie lives, I think she said on her Instagram, on her YouTube channel, near Sheffield, and which is in Yorkshire, and I also live in Yorkshire, so the fact that we live in the same county, you know. She's got a wonderful accent now. I haven't got a lovely Yorkshire accent, but she has. It's wonderful to listen to. Let's just see what we've got in this little pack here. Can you see what I'm doing? There's all sorts of little butterflies in here. Oh, there's flowers in here. Oh, and fairies. Oh, this looks like this needs sorting out. I thought it was just butterflies. This has come with a pack of something. I think it was I don't know what it was. All sorts of stuff in here. That roses are nice. I'll leave them out. Mushrooms. Pink roses. Might keep them out for this one. Don't think I'll be putting any fairies in. There were dark roses. They're nice too. Anyway, this is not what I'm looking for. They're too big. Right then, let's just pop them back in that bag, and I will sort them later off camera. You don't want to see me sitting there sorting them all out. So let's pop that over there out the way, and let's have a look at some little, let's pop you in there. There we go. Some little butterflies. Ooh. That's a nice one. I want a slightly bigger one this side. A slightly bigger one. Can you see my butterflies in there? These are my small butterflies. I have 3 boxes of butterflies. I like that, but in pink, I think. These ones, oops, not that one, this one. These are from G. Kerr, Happiness and Crafting. I usually like my butterflies to look like butterflies, but where G's are concerned, yeah, I love them. They just add a little sparkle, a little bit of something else to the page. So I'm going to glue that on. There, add a little sparkle to the page. I'm just looking to see what time I wrote down. Rightio. And then, that isn't very big, is it? But not to worry. But we won't put sparkle on there. We'll put a different one this side. Should we pop that one on that side? Yep, we haven't got one with, a small one with pink in, have we? And I don't want 2 the same, so. There is a, no, I don't like those ones. I do like them, except for G's Kerrs, I do like them to look like butterflies, you know. Fussy like that. I think I'll use this one rather than let you sit there agonising while I try them all. Oop, let's pop you away for a second. I have to put things away, otherwise I haven't got room. Oh, like I've missed them. Right, let's just cut this one out. Won't take me a minute. Very small. See, the tongue stopped because concentration's in. I usually have these all cut out in that box. I've just been lazy, obviously, and not just pop those straight in and not bother to cut them out. As I say, these little ones only take a second or 2 to cut out. Yeah, that's okay. Pop him in. I don't work particularly fast, I have to say, but I don't think it's about speed. It's just about having fun and enjoying the process, isn't it? That one's going to go over the page like that. So when I pin it, I will probably glue it down there and across the bottom and have something in there and something in there, and the same this side. So it will straighten out. So I'll pop that on one side and I'll show you what we've made at the end. Now I'm going to do one very similar, but I'm going to have it flapping out. So we start the same way by folding it up. So where did the word whimsic come from, are you wondering? Or are you not interested? Well, sorry if you're not interested, I'm going to tell you anyway. I moved here about 7 or 8 years ago now, and I moved from quite a large, nice house. I just wasn't keen on the location, but I moved from another house because my boys had left home, and there's me rattling around in this big house, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm going to have to move. I was struggling with the stairs as well, to be honest. So I moved to a beautiful little village just west of Hull. And, oh, I love this little village. And I love my little house, but my house is very tiny, really is tiny. My son's 6'3", and every time he comes in the house, I think he feels a little bit claustrophobic, you know. So yeah, it is small, but it suits me perfectly, you know. I'm not a very tall person, so 5 foot and a peanut, so you know, it suits me fine. Everything's to hand. But when I moved in, I wanted to call it something. And tiny house didn't seem really very interesting. Tiny house. I suppose I could have called it tiny house. I expect there's people out there that do call their houses tiny houses, but wasn't quite what I was going for. So I looked up some different words and things meaning tiny, and I came up with Whimsic. Got some feedback from the lads, and yes, Whimsic it was. So the house is called Whimsic. And when I set up this, I set it up originally for card making, Whimsic Creations. I did card making, embroideries, sewing, all that sort of thing. And then I decided to change, during COVID, lockdown here, I decided to change from card making to journals. I found a journal video and I was totally hooked. Completely and utterly. I think it was I can't remember, maybe it was a Pam from Paper Outpost one. I really can't remember much back there. I mean, I'm going back a lot of years. Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice. Wouldn't it? Make a nice change. Put that on there. So I got hooked. I thought, oh, I'm going to try and make one of these myself. And I did. And I was, you know, learning as I went. And I got a bit hooked, I have to say. I name and number all my journals. And I've been making them now for about 5 or 6 years, excuse me. It's not all I do, but, you know, it's one of the things I do. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a hiccup there. And I've made over 100 now. A lot I've given away, a lot I've sold, a lot have been private ones, people that have asked me, not private ones, that's the wrong term, made to order. A lot of people have asked me to make them to order, which I've done. So I have about maybe 30 in my Etsy shop left. I'm always putting new ones in my Etsy shop, obviously. So yeah, the Etsy shop is Whimsic Creations, and you can go along there and have a look around. And you'll see quite a different selection. There's all sorts in there, different types. But again, I do make them to order as well. So if you've got a friend who's into a particular type of thing, like I made my niece an elephant one because she loves elephants, and my sister asked me to make one for her for her birthday, I think, or something with elephants in, and that's what I did. Just made her an elephant one. I've made quite a few people prayer journals, and I've made all sorts. Marvel, Harry Potter, you know, Doctor Strange. Although they weren't, I'll admit, weren't my favourites, but I prefer to do just ones like this, you know, not a really set theme, you know. But I said I'd do them to order, so that's what I did. I'm going to use another piece of this here. Put it this side this time. And I just keep making them, the ones just because I like making them. I think, what can I do this? They're all sitting on my bookshelf. I thought, well, stick them in the Etsy shop. If they sell, they sell. But at least they're not just, you know, waste of time then, are they? I have sold 2 or 3 from my shop to complete strangers, you know, that just ordered them. Well, I think what's lovely about junk journals is no 2 are ever exactly the same, you know. They're all absolutely and totally unique, which is the fun thing about them, really, isn't it? You know, they're just, let's just check that one straight. That's better. That's what's, where's my bit of paper gone? Here it is. So, drop me a note in the comments if there's anything you want. Drop me a note in the comments if there's something in particular or type of video you'd like, a start to finish. I can do that. Craft alongs will probably be one of my main ones, although I have got something in line for a tutorial on a folio that I've designed myself, which I will show you. So later on, once I've done a few more of these, I will go through that. Oops, let's get this the right way. This is the right and wrong way, this one, so let's pop that on. Actually, let's do it the other side this time. It was that side last time. Yeah, please do. Right, let's get some more. Where's my scrap paper gone? Here it is, up on a shelf. Let's see what we can put on the other side, shall we? Let's rummage through here. What have we got in here? Can you see in this box? I hope you can see in this box. As I say, like most crafters, I struggle with room. That's quite an interesting piece. Oh look, a lot of us use these books, don't we? Look, these books. Now a lot of these pieces in here, you might say, I recognise that. That's one of my papers or something. And I apologise because I can't remember. I quite like that. That might work. I don't know where these are all from. Some I vaguely remember. Some not so much. I might just use that one I've got out. I love this paper, but I think there's enough of that now. Oh, I know whose this is. This is G. Kerr's. Might get that out for later while I'm here. I don't have a great deal of scrap in here. I've done a couple of projects recently that used a lot of this up. But for now, I'm just going to put that back on that shelf where I had it. And use either this one. Oh, it does fit. I'll put it the other way up so you can see the rose. Can you see the rose if I... No, I want to save that for when I can see the rose. Right, let's put a piece of G. Kerr's in, of Happiness and Crafting in. It's just a nice generic bit of paper, isn't it? So we're going to cut it there. And we're going to cut it there. Yeah, it took me a while to do away with measuring and stuff, because as a card maker, you know, things are usually pretty precise. You can't have them wonky on a card, you know. It kind of defeats the object, really. So, yeah. I love the fact that I don't have to get the ruler out every 5 minutes and things like that, you know. Let's hope my ink isn't going. That is a Roxy Creations. I know that. I don't know what this side is, though. If I can remember them, I will mention them, but only if I'm absolutely certain. You know, I would hate to say a paper belongs to somebody and it doesn't. You know, it's best to just not say. But I love G's papers. They're very pretty. To be perfectly honest, I like so many. I'm spoilt for choice. You know, I could just buy half the papers on Etsy, to be perfectly honest. I do use quite a bit of scrapbooking paper as well. And that's not all of that is from my card making days either. I love scrapbooking paper. Used to be a bit of a hoarder. I have recently taken to using quite a bit more up. Right. I think you want to have a different bit on the front piece. I saw some in here a minute ago which had some possibilities. And that's a beautiful piece. My Porch Prince. That's My Porch Prince. That's pretty, isn't it? It's a bit bright for what I'm doing here. I thought I saw a piece. I thought, well, that'll do. Oh, here we go. This is it. I thought this... I know it's got lines on, but that's okay. I thought this bit might go. Yeah. It does. Put a pretty picture on there or something. And I might... This is a flip-up one like that, so I'm going to... We didn't have to decorate this side with the other one. I want something fairly plain because I'm going to put a big flower on there. Let's just take this edge off because it's too long. Yeah. Well, I've got a busy weekend ahead of me. My son and daughter-in-law with their little baby girl. My granddaughter's about 15, 16 months old. She's adorable. And she can walk. So I don't know. They're coming to help me with some DIY. I don't know how much DIY we'll get done with sweet little girl running around, but we shall see. Anyway, it's nice to have them come over anyway. They're staying with her mum, just coming over here for the day because, like I said, my house is tiny. They live over in Lancashire, whereas... so, I don't know when I'll get a chance to do another video, but I will do. Put that on there. Is that dry? Yes. Oops, that moved. I'm just using a glue stick for these. I find on the book page it's adequate, and it's not a flash one or anything like that. It's just it's quite a cheap one from Amazon. It's not cheap. I mean, I have bought cheaper ones and they've been absolutely useless, but it is on the cheaper range and I find it perfectly adequate. I can't say I've ever had any problems with it at all. So yeah, I'm very pleased. I put those in the wrong one. Come back in here, you. Right then, I want to have a little tuck or a little pocket in here. It's a bit big for what I want. Maybe we could back one of these to have a little tuck. That would make a nice tuck, wouldn't it? I need something on the back though. It's very, very flimsy. Just a bit of paper will do. So let's glue it on a bit of paper. Right, this is set for another 10 minutes. It is playing up again, my phone. I will just quickly do this and then I'll catch you on the next video. I'm really sorry. I will try and get this blasted filming sorted out. I might end up having to get a camera after all. I don't know, it's just such a shame when I've got the camera on my phone is actually very good. It's just not it's just not filming for any length of time. What happens is it cuts out when it thinks it's too hot, regardless of whether it's too hot or not. I don't know. I picked out a camera and my son said the camera on your phone is way better than this camera, so I didn't get it. Anyway, this I'm going to make into a tuck here. And I will, while I'm doing this, thank you very much for coming to my channel and watching. If you managed to get to the end without getting too bored. I hope to see you again soon. Please, if you can, like and subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it really, really helps me out no end. Other subscribers will tell you it's really helpful. And when I've got this sorted out, but hopefully, I hope eventually to make a minimum of 1 a week, possibly even more, maybe 2. I can't guarantee anything until I've got this sorted. But I'll use that as a tuck. I will leave this as is and I'll carry on next time. So we'll literally just carry on through because I've got a few other projects on the go. Okay, so take care. Have a joyous week and enjoy the weekend. All right, take care, guys. Bye now.